Cardano bulls continue to impress as Cardano trades right now around 12.5 cents. Is the price sustainable with everything going on right now within Cardano and this project? How much higher can price go? When will there be a pullback? We're going to discuss that in this video. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for coming by Crypto Capital Venture. Hit the like button on the way in. I appreciate it. It means a lot. And subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Turn those notification bells on. Let's jump into this video. We're going to look at price. I'll put a timestamp below in the comments when price starts in this video, because I want to go over a few points. But this is what the charts look like. How much more upside is in play for Cardano before at least taking a break as Cardano trades around 12.5 cents. Before we start, I want to just show a quick clip from a video last time I covered Cardano, and this was June 6th. Keep in mind, Cardano being compared to Ethereum. Cardano potentially, technically, has some big moves ahead in terms of its project and growth and the money pouring in. We know that Ethereum has hit $134 billion. Why in the next bull market could Cardano, why wouldn't it be able to hit $51 billion at $2 Cardano? So I know a lot of you, especially if you're bullish on Cardano, you're like, Dan, $2, absolutely. That's so achievable. $51 billion market cap, absolutely, right? Especially we're talking the comparison between Ethereum. That's a hot topic. I'm not even going to get into that. But Ethereum all-time high, $134 billion. Could Cardano hit $134 billion? It's definitely realistic. I don't think many people will argue that if a crypto bull market truly ensues. So we're going to jump into charts in a little bit. I want to just go over a few things to really lay groundwork. And one of those things was just prefacing with Ethereum. Remember that, $134 billion. So there's a lot going on. So this is the first thing. I know there's a lot of people in Litecoin. Could a Cardano and Litecoin team up be in the works? So here we go. Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson recently said that he would not mind working with Litecoin founder Charlie Lee to test cross-chain communication. I thought this was really cool. I was out with a buddy today at lunch. My buddy that we've been accumulating Cardano, and I'm not going to say sorry to a lot of you that have been giving me a hard time about it. You know, Litecoin charts got boring for me. I don't know what to say. There's other cryptocurrencies that were primed and ready to perform, right? And so it's a timing thing for me, and I try and be transparent with what I'm really interested in at the time. And Cardano was one of them. But this was really cool because, number one, Litecoin charts are looking pretty sweet right now. And I want to do a video on Litecoin. But this was, Charles Hoskinson, when I was out earlier, my buddy, we saw this. He said, it would be great to do something together. I love the idea of setting cross-chain communication between Litecoin and Cardano. This is him talking to Charlie Lee, or tweeting to Charlie Lee. We got a lot of ideas, and I'm sure you guys do too. I thought that was just cool, right? So I tweeted Litecoin and Cardano collab, do it. I think it'll be awesome. And just something to kind of keep an eye on, right? And trying to keep that conversation going, because there could be a lot of innovation there and a lot of just excitement between the two projects. And I think that's key in this space. Instead of everybody just arguing and saying whose crypto is better, imagine collaboration amongst some of the brightest minds and some of the coolest projects in crypto. Secondly, Cardano's ADA is either number 6 or number 7 by market cap. I mentioned it at the beginning of this video. Just for simplicity's sake, instead of even going into it, Cardano is number 7. It overtook Litecoin in market cap. Who knows what will happen next? We always see, especially Litecoin, just kind of up, down, being overtaken and then taking its spot. It happens. Now it may have passed Bitcoin Satoshi vision as well, depending on how the metric is calculated. So I'm not even going to go into that, but I did want to bring that up. Some points. Regardless of the circulating supply issue, ADA has been on a remarkable bull run that ensued after Black Thursday, March 11th. At that time, the price of Cardano was 0.024, 2.5 cents. As of this writing, it is 11.5 cents. As I'm doing this video, it's like 12.5 cents. The difference represents 475% appreciation. It is still far below its all-time high of $1.16, set in January 2018. I thought the all-time high was $1.33. I could be wrong. Cardano Development Company has reached a number of key milestones and public announcements during this time. The biggest news was the launch of Shelley Mainnet. If you've been following crypto news or Cardano news, you know about Shelley Mainnet. There was also news about ADA holders being able to stake their coins while in Coinbase custody, and speculation on the likelihood of it being listed on exchange by the end of 2020. I know, especially if you're in Cardano, maybe you're new, but I know most of you know all of these things. But it's important to find the confluence of all of this news happening right now in real time. It's happening, July, right? June to July to August into fall. There's a lot of stuff happening, and I don't care how you feel about the project, the technology, whatever, but these are things, and this is demonstrated within other projects as well. These are things, these are pieces of news that influence price most often in a bullish way. And with all of that being said, right? So here's a timeline of a lot of this stuff that has already happened back in May. June 30th, the Shelley code release, the Shelley hard fork, July 29th, August 18th, first staking rewards, and then the speculation of Coinbase listing. All of these things happening, right? And we know we've had things like Tezos staking rewards happen, right? So we can start digging into other data points on other projects when this has happened and getting a sense of, well, how could this impact price? And here's the Coinbase cold storage, the custody news that just came out in the last few days. So these are big things happening for Cardano. So whether you like it or not, we are potentially entering a crypto bull market right as all of these things are happening for Cardano. And you can see it here, number 7 here on CoinMarketCap, currently $3.2 billion, right? Litecoin at 2.8, so it just overtook that. So I wanted to kind of take a few minutes, wrap up all of that stuff just to really put some good context to the charts, because now we look at the charts. So here we go. From that March swing low, Cardano's up over 600%. That's a lot. Like, there's no lie there. Right now, Cardano, even with all this stuff going on, is overbought on the oscillators, on the weekly oscillator, on the daily. So it could pull back, right? And I don't think I need to make a case for that. That's obvious. Be prepared for that. If you want to keep accumulating Cardano, there's a good possibility we might get a dip, back down to 10 cents, 9, 8. It's very possible. But that's not so much what I want to talk about in this video. What I want to talk about is how much higher could it go? I think that's the other, on the flip side, what's important to look at. How much higher could Cardano go? And then we start visiting other cryptocurrencies to see what they've been doing in this crazy, volatile, parabolic environment for altcoins lately. So let's visit a couple, and it really helps paint a picture. So first, I'm going to go to Tezos, because we can look at some things happening in Cardano and compare it to, hey, this is what happened with Tezos. So first things first, Coinbase announcement, right? Back in this was end of July for the August listing on Coinbase. It pumped. So it pumped 60%. What I find interesting about this chart is it pumped and then it actually pulled back a lot because all the markets just pulled back. Just because something is listed on Coinbase, you're going to get the pump. And this is a weekly chart, by the way. But if markets are going to consolidate and go down, like that Coinbase news, that is very fleeting. It's not going to last. It's not going to be like a long-lasting thing. It plays. I think it plays a really strong part in the long run. But you're going to get that initial pump, and really, it's going to consolidate whatever it is. In this case, Tezos, based on what the rest of the markets are doing. In this case, it came back down with the rest of the markets. What's interesting about this is Tezos staking. Look at the impact Tezos staking had, right? From when it happened at the beginning of November 2019 and the run that it had the months following to February 2020. 300+% gains from when that started. And this is a very similar thing that's happening with Cardano right now, getting ready to happen in August, the staking rewards for Cardano, Coinbase custody. So you see the potential. This isn't like an exact thing. This isn't an exact representation of what's going to happen with Cardano, but do you get it? Do you see what I'm saying? So we have this happening soon for Cardano, and then we have this speculatively happening. This is a lot of bullishness, and we're in a different market than we were back in August 2019 or even November 2019 going into 2020. The markets are very different right now, and the Bitcoin halving has happened. We could be way closer to a crypto bull run, crypto bull market than we were then, right? So this is bullish for Cardano, in my opinion. Now we can go to something like this, and I get comments so much about VeChain. Say I missed the boat, I don't care. This isn't something I've been following. Cardano is something I've been following for a while, whether I've been accumulating a lot or not. I've just always watched it. I've always waited for just a great opportunity. This VeChain I haven't, but what we can look at is this, a technical perspective on just the craziness of the charts. Up 900% from, well, actually, since the COVID March swing low, it is actually up 1,000%. Remember, Cardano is currently up 635% with all of this stuff happening. A top 7 cryptocurrency with all of this stuff happening, getting ready to happen, up 600+%. And then VeChain, I know your project, if you're out there, you love it, that's awesome. I know there's stuff happening too, but I'm just trying to paint a picture here, 1,000%. And then technically, if we look at oversold on the weekly, it is, right? And it's painting a really good picture of, or I'm sorry, not oversold on the weekly, overbought on the weekly. It very much is overbought. And it's painting a good picture of sometimes it just doesn't matter, everybody. And this can be a good reminder from 2017 and, just some of the gains that crypto saw. Sometimes just because it's overbought doesn't mean it's coming back down immediately, right? It can stay up there. It can be week after week in overbought territory. So it's something we should keep in mind, especially given Cardano has a lot of bullishness happening. Is consolidation healthy? Yes. I really actually almost prefer even 20, 30% pullbacks, and these 20 to 30% consolidations, I think they're really healthy for accumulation. And, in this bullishness of Cardano on the charts, now we're on Cardano, even just this little weekly candle right here in the beginning of June, I think that's really solid for confidently continuing to accumulate something like Cardano in a continued uptrend. So technically we have this kind of, and we have a lot of cryptocurrencies in this just falling wedge type of situation, lower highs, lower lows for years now. And Cardano has broken out of that upper trend line. A lot of people know this. You've been watching the charts, and you can see this previous swing high that we had right before COVID, right? And that affected the charts a lot. This whole dip affected so many cryptos, but we're above it now. And not only are we above that swing high, we're also above the previous swing high back in spring of 2019. That is incredibly bullish. And now we can start looking at these areas for potential support even in a pullback scenario. So currently right around 9.5 cents for Cardano. Consolidation along that area, if it does consolidate, would be a very strong sign in terms of just a technical analysis perspective. But at the end of the day, we see VeChain up 1,000% from the COVID swing low. What would that look like for Cardano? Currently 600+%, 1,000% could bring us to around 19 cents, 20 cents. If Cardano continues in just that parabolic just trend that it's in right now. And that's very much possible. This could continue another week. So you have to be prepared for both scenarios. Potential pullback, right? Taking a break, even in the middle of all this good bullish news. And if you're keen to accumulate more, I think, any type of dip from where we're trading at right now, we're talking 20% back down to in the 9 cent range or 9 to 10 cent range. That's a great area of accumulation if you're trying to accumulate on the way up, right? Those are the dips you'd want to buy in a parabolic trend. Now, in the grand scheme of things, the first bullish target out of this falling wedge that Cardano has been in is up around the 50 cent range. I'd really like to confidently say that Cardano could be 40 to 50 cents, in the short to mid term. I'm not saying in the bull market high, however long the bull market is, if it arrives, but just that first really true swing high, the 40 to 50 cent range, I think, is a really good area. In particular, this swing high all the way back in April 2018, right around 40 cents. So there's going to be an interesting story being told on these charts to get up to that area, but I think it's a nice target to look at. Now, to kind of bring everything back together, right now, I have Bitcoin on this chart. This is that speculative chart, $50,000 Bitcoin. I wanted to show you this just because I was talking to a buddy earlier. You know, in that speculative world where Bitcoin's at $50,000, almost $1 trillion market cap, Cardano, very realistically, can be trading in the $3, $4 range, and that's an $86 billion market cap. So we're talking about an $86 billion market cap. Those are some crazy gains, a $3 Cardano. From where we're even trading at right now, if we look at that, $3 is actually 2,100%. Actually, $3 would be around 2,300% gains. And even in that case, look even still how far below ETH all-time high market cap was, 134 billion. So I just think the $3 to $4 Cardano is very realistic, and those are some nice gains. And these are some numbers I was running that really, you know, started turning me onto these charts with everything going on within Cardano and all this news coming out. So that's it. I just wanted to really just do an update. I hope you don't mind. This was way longer than I anticipated it being. I wanted to try and cruise through it, but I had a lot to break down. You know, I'll probably keep doing Cardano updates. I think, you know, it's something I've been just tracking, and this is interesting to me with all of this confluent news happening. I love seeing how it translates to charts, because better believe this won't be the first, or this won't be the last crypto project with all of these things happening. And this is data that we're able to collect and apply to future projects that could potentially be great investments. And it helps us do technical analysis. It's just another data point. Those are my thoughts, everybody. Time for me to end this video. I really appreciate you coming by. If you're in the chat or if you're in the comments below, please just let me know your thoughts. I really would love to know if you're long on other cryptos. You know, put which one you're long on and why. And I like reading through your comments. And anybody Litecoin out there, definitely going to probably do a Litecoin video soon. There's some really, I mean, the charts look really good on some altcoins like Litecoin, Dash, EOS, and I want to try and do some of those videos. But appreciate you coming by. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, turn the notification bells on. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.